I'm literally never getting my nails done ever again in my life. Literally, look at this. I'm so mad. Oh my god.
We're talking about how I cheated, and the person that I cheated with literally did me the worst way. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. I got up this morning looking good, feeling good. I said we finna have a self-care day. So my first thought was Popeyes, because how could you start a self-care day without putting some food on your stomach, right? And I just knew I was finna have a good day, because baby, they felt like working. Them ghost pepper wings was so good and fresh. It's me being real big bag, sitting outside the nail salon just chomping down. So let's get into the tea of what really had happened. I finished my food, walking the nail salon. They say that my nail tech is not here. He's still on vacation. So I'm like, give me the next best person. The lady was like, the next best person, she got somebody, and she got somebody after this person as well. So I said, okay, give me the next best person. So I sat down and waited, and he was finally ready. Y'all see the way he turned my hand around to make sure he laid them nails straight on my fingers? Yeah, that was a confidence booster for me, because I just knew he was finna eat these nails right on up. Baby, I was wrong, because the way that acrylic looked, I should have known that was a red flag right there. But I let him keep going. When I finished, my nails was so ugly, and then they had the nerve to charge me $90. So looking from right here, they don't look too bad, right? I cried the whole way to my lash appointment. Like, I just could not believe this man really played with my nails like that. This is how my nails look like in real life. Like, let me know, do y'all think he played in my face? Like, because would y'all have paid $90 for these nails? Let me know in the comments.
All right, never mind the way I look. I just woke up, but I'm going to address some of y'all comments. This comment say, if you don't go back and make him fix them. Girl, if he couldn't do it right the first time, what make you think I want to go back and ask him to do it again? And a lot of y'all saying, oh, I would not have paid $90 for the service. But the thing about that is, I'm not trying to go to jail over no French tip nails. Let me give y'all a quick backstory on the reason that I went ahead and just paid the money and went about my day. So prior to me going to the nail salon, I had already hit up my lash tech, and he was squeezing me in. So I'm like, okay, I got about 2 to 3 hours before my lash appointment. I'm going to go do my nails first. So I get to the nail salon. Mind y'all, they told me that my nail tech would be there on Wednesday, which was this past Wednesday, 2 days ago. The video was recorded on yesterday, Thursday. So when I get there, I asked the lady, I'm like, is number 4 back? And she was like, no. Prior to that, my nail tech did my nails like 2 weeks before he was leaving out the country. And keep in mind, when Mother's Day rolled around, my nails had needed a fill already. So when I had went back home to Florida, I had got my nails like soaked off, and I had got a full set. Y'all, I hated those nails as well. So when I got back from my hometown, I go to the nail salon. I'm like, is my nail tech back? And they were like, no. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to just thug it out for another week. That's fine. In between that week, a nail had done broke. Mind y'all, I'm walking around with one broke nail for like 5 days. If you know me, you know I do not play about my hair and my nails. So it was already eating me alive to be walking around for 5 days with a broken nail anyway. So when I go back on Thursday and she say he not there, I'm like, my nail is broke. It's been broke for 5 days. Like, I'm starting to get aggravated. I'm going to just take the next best person. So that's when they told me that the next best person, she was busy, like, and she had somebody else next. So that's when I was like, well, who is the next best person? Keep in mind, that still puts him in top 3. So she was like, the person in the front, and he almost done with the person he on, so you will be next. Mind y'all, I'm recording the whole thing because I'm just vlogging my self-care day, not even knowing my nails finna be fucked. So I sit down, I show him my nail inspo, and let me show it to y'all real quick. Hold on. So this was my inspo, but I told him that I wanted medium long length. Now, keep in mind, he was already taking so long, which is the reason that I didn't even get the diamonds on my nails. By the time he took off my old set, my fingers were burning so bad. It literally took him like 45 minutes to take off the old set. So I'm like, damn, I don't want to be late for my lash appointment. So just do French tip. Like, you don't even have to put the diamonds on them. So he was like, okay. Fast forward, he started laying there. And I'm already looking like, why the acrylic look like this? Like, it just was looking funny to me. Like, look at the pink. You can clearly see that it just is not giving. So me being me, I'm trying to trust the process. I'm like, how could anybody fuck a French tip? So fast forward a little bit more. He do that, and then he start putting the polish. So as he put the polish, I'm not gonna lie, the first 2 nails that he put the polish on, he did a good job. This the first nail he did. And then this is the second nail that he did. So as y'all can see, honestly, those 2 nails don't look bad at all. So then one of his coworkers come bringing her ass over there. And she started talking to him the whole time. And that's when everything went left. Each nail that he do, after he do it, he's telling me to put it under the lamp so it could dry. So as he doing the nails, I'm just looking like, damn, this looks up for real. But me being me, I'm still trying to trust the process. Y'all, it wasn't until he did the thumb that really put icing on the cake for me. Like, just look at this shit. Like, you didn't even try to make it even. And keep in mind, at this point, I was already supposed to be gone, headed to my lash appointment. So I'm like, you know what? I'm finna just let this man finish my nails. I'm not even finna trip. So he finished and I'm like, how much? But I know for a fact, he could tell that I did not like my nails. And you want to know how I knew he knew I didn't like my nails? You know, when you swipe your card, they always give y'all the paper that you're supposed to write the tip on. The man didn't even give me the paper to sign or write the tip. So he knew he for my nails. But yeah, that was pretty much the whole story of what happened from the time I got there to the time I left out crying. If I didn't have my lash appointment, I probably would have, stayed and fought the situation. But baby, I could not have had nails and my lashes looking a mess. But yeah, with that being said, my lash tech definitely eats down real bad. And he definitely made me feel good once I got there and got my lashes done.
Okay, so story time on how I cheated, and the person that I cheated with literally did me the worst way.
Okay, so if you caught my last video, you know that I cheated on my nail tech, and the person that I went to did me real dirty. The video I posted ended up going viral, and this nail tech in my city ended up hitting me up like, girl, let me fix those. So of course I took her up on her offer, so let's go and get our nails fixed. And y'all already know I'm real big bag, so first stop, we had to get some food. Chick-fil-A it is today. I ain't gonna lie, I was a few minutes late going inside my appointment because your girl was outside eating. But I had text her and I let her know I'm outside. I'll be in just a second. She said, okay, girl, that's fine. As soon as I sat down in the chair, my girl Ro got straight to work. She drilled all the polish off and she filed these nails to perfection. When I told him I wanted square, this is the square that I meant. Now, I ain't gonna hold y'all. This little design she was doing, at first I was kind of scared, but it came out real cute. Let me know what y'all think. Honestly, I told her she could do whatever she want. Let me remind y'all what my previous nails looked like. Yes, these was the big old nails that had me crying in the beginning of the video. But yeah, this was the finished product. My girl Ro definitely did me right. She added a little charm to it for a little razzle dazzle. And
Can I actually keep them like this?
What you mean?
Like, just keep them like this?
Without filing?
Yeah, just like this is okay.
Then what I just look at that. See? I don't know. I don't think so.
Do you don't want to file then? No. Like this is good. This leave like this. And this to put design at top? No design. Like just like this.
Oh, you mean no filing? Just living like that?
Yeah.
And no design?
Mm-hmm. No, we
What?
don't understand.
What?
Like just leave it like this. Like
You want it matte, you're saying? Or you just
no, like the appointment like done. Like this is like how I want it.
She just doesn't want her to follow it anymore.
Yeah.
She wants that size. Or you don't want her to
Like
put,
can I just leave the nails just like
oh,
this? Like
you don't
just
want
pay right now.
gloss, you don't want
No.
she just right.
Okay. Yeah, like just pay right now. Okay, that's fine.
She likes it like that. Ella dice que le gusta así, ella no quiere
I
nada.
know.
How much do I owe you?
Who's gonna tell you?
¿Tú no se la terminaste?
Sí, yo le puse todo el acrílico allá.
Okay, so, it should be 55. 55? Okay. Go put the hands in the mic. Okay, there's 60. You can
No.
keep the... Oh.
Please, you have to get to her.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Basically, what had happened was The girl that I booked with, I went to her like 4 or 5 years ago, I think, when she had like a salon, whatever. And I remember the nails were cute, right? So I found her again on Instagram and I went back. She's at a new place. And I made the appointment with her literally last night, right? Hold on. Sorry, I was just ranting to my husband. I DM'd the girl on Instagram last night and said like, hey, do you have any availability for tomorrow, which is today? She said, yeah, come at 10. So I'm here and I walk in and like she's still sitting with someone. I knock on the door because it's like one of those suite things where there's like a bunch of like people with businesses working there. So I knock on the little door and I'm like, hi. And then she's like, oh, okay. She was like, oh, you can have a seat. She'll be here in a second. I close the door and I'm like thinking back on what she said, like, what the fuck do you mean she'll be here in this? Like, who are we waiting for? Who's gonna be here in a second? And like I'm just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Like 5-10 minutes go by and some girl just walks in, closes the door, and then like 2 minutes go by and she's like, you can come. So I go and I'm sitting like with this random ass girl that I don't even know. Like, I did not book with you. Why are you doing my nails? Why wasn't this discussed? So, and like situations like this just give me really bad anxiety. So like I'm just sitting there and letting it happen. I'm like, okay, maybe she's good. I'm very particular about like how I like my nails. So I was literally on Instagram last night zooming in on every text and cuticles. Like that's the thing. Like I do not want my nails to look like I need a fill in after I just got them done. She starts doing the nails. I had base coat and top coat on prior. She didn't even take that shit off. Like she literally just started laying acrylic over that shit. Starts with the thumb, right? I'm like, I can't even fucking speak. She does the thumb and I'm just like, the acrylic application is looking a little funny. Well, let me just trust the process, you know, let me not judge yet. But then she moves on to the next nail and the next nail and the next nail and the next nail and the next nail. She finishes my right hand and it literally looks like I need a fucking fill in. I'm like texting my cousin, I'm texting my husband. I'm like, what do I do? Like, what do I say? Like, I don't know what to say. Like, should I just sit there and trust the process and then end up paying this bitch like $200 for this bullshit ass nails that she's doing? I just think to myself, like, let me wait till she finishes the other hand with acrylic and then I'll just say, can we just leave it like that? Like, can the appointment, you know, can it just be this, right? She finishes the other hand and I'm just like, oh, can I leave it just like this? And she's like, oh, like no design? And I'm like, no, like no design, no filing, no buffing, nothing. Like, can the appointment just be over now? And like she's not understanding me. The other nail girl that I was DMing, she's not understanding me. Like her client was like trying to understand what I'm saying to, and I'm like, guys, can I just like leave the appointment right now? Like, can I just pay and leave like this? And she's like they're confused and they're just like, yeah, sure. So I paid them, it was 55 or 50 or something, and I just gave 60 and I just left and I literally walked out. Like, they just look so fucking bad. Like, it was burning so bad. This girl did not even remove the cuticles. She didn't even like, oh my god, they just look so fucking bad. Hold on, let me show you guys. Like, do you see how far away from the cuticle that fucking is? This is the other hand. This stuff only happens to me. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do now. Like, I'm just sitting here in the parking lot. Like, do I go to another salon and get them fixed? Like, should I just get them like soaked off? I don't know. I don't know why I have such bad luck with nail techs. Like, this only happens to me. This was my 13th reason. This was my 13th reason. Oh my god, this stuff only happens to me. With that being said, I guess I will not be posting any of my nail transitions because I have no nails.
You should take 2 lessons from this video. 1, if the chair is empty, do not sit in it. And 2, parents don't stop being parents after you turn 18. So I was going to California last summer and I figured, hey, why not get my nails done at this one place that I really wound up liking, because when I went to vacation in Canada, I got my nails done at this particular nail salon by this really talented nail tech, and he gave me a set of nails that looked like this. These aren't my hands, but I don't have a picture of my actual nails. And I've been getting acrylic sets since I was about 17, and these, and these kinds of nails and the quality is what I'm used to. Not to mention it's what I'm paying for. So when I go to the same nail salon that I got my nails done to go to Canada, I didn't think it was going to be a problem. So I walk in and I ask, who can do an acrylic set? And this man sits me down with this lady whose chair has been empty for Lord knows how long. And I ask her if she can do this particular style of nail. And she says, yes, I can do this particular style of nail. And she gets started and whatever. And I'm not a nail tech, but I've gotten my nails done enough times to know what the process is supposed to look like, especially when you're getting a particular shape. And the last time I got lipstick nails done, you are supposed to take a stiletto acrylic nail and like glue it on, and then like take nail scissors and cut it to the shape in whatever direction the client asks for. She takes like like these types of nails and glues them on. The process is completely rushed, by the way, but you know, that's her process. And she starts shaving them down. And they start looking really gross and nasty. So I'm like, you know what? I keep asking her to make changes. It keeps looking more and more gross. So I'm like, you know what? I just want square nails. I just want short square nails, but that exact same style I showed you. Yo, when I show you what these nails, when she shows me these crunchy ass, falling off the bone ass, sloppy ass nails and charges me $80 for them, mind you, up to that point, this has been my most expensive set, and this cost roughly $60 to $65, shape, designs, and all. And when I said $80, are you sure? She said, yes, 80, like getting mad at me for them disgusting ass nails. So I pay for them. I get back into the car. My mom sees them. She's like, oh, hell no. She walks back into the store and says, I demand to speak to the person who did my daughter's nails. This is disgusting. I want somebody else to do these nails. You're not touching her hands ever again. And she's going to get comped for it. Mind you, I'm sitting in the corner like a child, but she gets the job done and I get my new nail. By a new person, by the way. And this is what they wind up looking like, and the owner winds up knocking off $20 off the price, which $60 for this set is still pretty pricey to me, but I'm annoyed. I go home and these nails look fairly decent for the function I get them for. Third lesson is to don't let people disrespect you, because when given the opportunity, they will.
Where do you guys find good nail salons? Because never have I ever had a good experience at a nail shop. I haven't been in years, but I decided, let me give this new place a chance. They did a good job on my pedicure. Let me see if they could do a full set. Never again. Never again, bro. I got work tomorrow, and I got a wedding on Thursday, bro. What the fuck?
Part of my policies. But then later on, she's like, okay, how about my mom? And I'm like, no, girl, I'm sorry. Like, you know? Anyways, it's the day of her appointment. She texts me, hey, I'm here. I'm like, perfect. I come outside. As soon as she walked in, I swear, I felt like kind of off from the start. But I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, so I'm just like pushing it off, trying to get everything started. But Shawty looked scared. Like, she looked kind of like on edge and nervous. So I asked her if she wanted some water, right? That day, I didn't have any more water in my little mini fridge in my nail room. So I just stepped out real quick to get a water bottle that was like up in my living room. And I see that she stands up behind me and tries to follow me. And I'm like, oh, like, could you just wait right here? I'll be right back. I walk back into my nail room, and then I see that she like kind of like rushed over to the chair to sit back down. And I was like, like she was supposed to be sitting. But I just kept ignoring it because I was like, no, I'm just tripping today. Because I'm telling you, like, on long days, the monomer be getting to you. So I asked her what her inspo is, and this is what she wanted. So after she sent it to me through text, I went to go screenshot it. But I had my ringer on, so it made that little, like, screenshot noise, right? And I'm not gonna lie, my armrest at the time was really wobbly, so I was like, okay, like, it's whatever. But she made the whole armrest, like, flip over, and her head was almost, like, onto my side. And Shawty's like, what did you just take a picture of? And I'm like, I just screenshotted your inspo so I could zoom in. So from there is when I started to feel, like, kind of weird inside. But I always try to look at the good in people, so I let it go again. And I try to just talk about, like, school and where she's from, and she's coming from an hour away. So I had that in the back of my mind, like, damn, like, it's for prom, she's coming far, like, I gotta do good, like, extra good, you know? And she just randomly asked me, like, oh, like, you have cameras outside? Because I have, like, a little, like, screen where I can see, like, when my clients are walking in. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, like, how many do you have? Like, where are they pointing? Like, who can see them? And I'm like, oh, girl. During this whole time, this girl was sniffing her nose, like, you know, like constantly, to the point where I was like looking up, like, are you good? And like just constantly like jittering around on the chair, like moving and moving and moving. And I understand it must be hard for clients to sit there for like 2 hours and stuff, but I'm like, Jesus. Like, anyway, she asked me for more water. I come back into the room again, and she had gotten hella snacks from my little like snack cart. And I love when my clients go ahead and like feel themselves at home and stuff, but it was like, I kid you not, like 3 sodas and already the 2 waters I had given her, and like chips and chips and chips. And I was like, dang, okay. But she tells me like, oh, it's because I haven't taken my medication. And so I'm like, yeah, like no problem. And now I'm like piling up ideas in my head, because I, like, you know, you can't help it. Like, you have a whole stranger in your house and it's just one thing after another. So I'm kind of getting on edge myself. I get into my filing, and tell me why she took the file out of my hand. I'm beyond flabbergasted, because I've never thought that would happen to me before. Like, I've always seen memes about it, but I'm like, no way. As she's over here filing her nails herself, I'm thinking in my head how I can tell her that I don't feel comfortable continuing her service. But I also felt so bad because she drove an hour to see me, and it was prom. So the good in me, I was like, no, like, I'll just suck it up. But later, I start doing the design, and she's like, oh, like, how much longer? My boyfriend's asking, like, he's getting tired of waiting outside. And so I'm like, oh, like, around this much. And she's like, dang, okay. And then I'm like, almost done, and she asked me for more detailed designs that she wanted to add and this and that. I'm like, okay, I can do that, but it's gonna take you longer. And she told me she was fine with it, so I go ahead and continue on to the design that she wanted. Everything starts falling on the floor. That's when I start shaking. That's when I just start losing it. Like, I'm getting so anxious because I'm like, oh my god, like, I want her out, and she also needs to be out because he's going crazy outside. But then she's like, oh, like, he really is getting really mad. Like, he's saying that he needs to come in here to make sure that everything is good. Like, he doesn't believe me, da, da, da. Like, he's really pissed outside. Like, he's saying that if I don't get out in a few minutes, like, he's going to storm through your door. And I'm like, storm through my door? Like, what? Now I feel threatened. Now I'm scared. Why? Like, this is my house. Like, no one should ever feel like that in their home. Okay, now, long story short, it's time to pay. I asked her, like, how she wanted to pay, either with card or cash. And she's like, oh, like, I don't have either. And I'm like, okay, like, do you have Cash App? Hello? And she's like, no, like, I can download it, though. So I'm in my head like, so how are you gonna pay? She's asking me if she could get the money from him outside. And I'm like, oh, baby, no. After like 15 minutes, she finally made the account. She sent me the money. I escorted her out, locked the doors. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. What would you have done in my situation?
Since when did the nail salon get so expensive, y'all? I just went and got my nails done. Now I see why everybody go to, you know, the independent girlies, because at this point I only want to see somebody that just specializes in doing nails, because just for one thing, you know, your design and your shape is gonna be right. I went to a nail salon, like a traditional nail salon, and they literally, it was just such a horrible experience because she couldn't get the shape right on my nails. They charged me $7, and they said this is considered a long nail. My nail bed is almost at the top of this because I have a really long nail bed. This is not a long nail. And they said anything basically that is not a nub is a long nail. So you mean to tell me you're going to charge people extra for having a nail? Because basically you only want to do the nail bed. Stop. Then when, you know, after I said something about the long nail fee, I mean, I'm going to pay it, but it's just the fact that it's there. I can see if my nails were long. My nails are not long. Then for the tips, the base started out at 20%. 20%, 25%, 30%, and 35% were your options to tip. Where they do that at? Because it used to be 10%, 15%, 18%. I mean, and if you feeling real fresh, there was a 20% on there. But you mean to tell me now we're starting out at 20% as the base? Stop it. I was already on the fence about going to get my nails done because I feel like, first of all, I never liked the time it takes to sit in there and get your nails and get a pedicure done. But then you mean to tell me the base of the services that I had, this is just a regular, it's dip. Y'all see the length, the shape ain't right. This is supposed to be a pointy almond. It's not given that. It's very much given like circle or like circular shape to me. And it's very much given like, I asked her to make it like a little thinner. It's not giving what it needs to give. Let's just know that. So my nails were about, I want to say they were like 52 and my pedicure was like 55 or vice versa. So that's the service. And then you want to charge me, then you want me to put a 35% tip on there. And I get it. You can change it and tip whatever you want to tip.
But the fact that you have that listed as an option, 20%, 25, 30, 35, you're out of your mind. This is a ripoff. The nail industry is a complete ripoff now. And I know because of COVID and inflation, all prices are up. But that, come on, you are playing games with people and their money. You're playing in their face. So from here on out, I will be joining the press on girlies, getting my press ons, or I will just be painting my natural nails at home, because that amount of money to spend on a product that you don't even like, I can't. Okay, let me just fix that. I am gonna go get my nails done for my bridal shower and for my wedding, but I'm gonna go to a place that specializes in design and shapes, like the independent nail girlies, or even if I find one of them, I'm gonna do that. I'm not going to a tradition like the regular nail salon, because no, I can't waste my money like that. That's crazy.
So guys, I did my nails yesterday. I went for the Gel-X gel. They are lovely, but please someone explain this gap. And I've mentioned it to the lady and she said it's because my nail is downwards, but the rest are fine. So clearly it's not my nail. Look at that. Oh my, I don't know if you guys see the gap. Like, is she okay? That's the other hand. I've got the same problem here, but it's not as clear as the other one. Look, unbelievable. Like, oh my god. And that costed me £50, and now she's going to charge me to fix those two thumbs. Unbelievable. That's me for trusting someone on Instagram and trying to support their business. Look what happens. Yeah.
Believe me when me said this, the first time I get my nails done from summer, I was so excited, but boy, me na ball. Me should have known from me see the nails here. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Me never know so then sitting here, I'm in a 2023.
But like, can you add the acrylic without the nail?
And put the acrylic over.
I know.
Yeah, for the gel, you see?
The lady just wipe the acrylic over the nail that she put on my foot.
You're gonna file it now?
Yeah, file with the clean and put the gel for top. Shiny. Special, girl.
That moment I feel like for cry. I feel like I forget about the chair and run. Shensi a song run to backside.
I'm even shorter because I have to put my foot in spikes. It's gonna hurt my foot.
I was a nice so because I actually pay the lead. Me just couldn't do it. Me just have a pay. Oh my gosh.
Where? Right there. This your card, your receipt, baby.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Like for part 2. If you really want to see how the nail turn out, like for part 2 because that one are really serious.
I'm literally crying over my nails right now because they're so ugly. Oh my god, okay. This is what I wanted, okay? This is the pastels. And this is what
I literally just had to walk out of the nail salon. It was so bad. Let me start from the top. This is the first time I've attempted to get my nails done in my college town, not my hometown. So I was like, I'm just going to get simple acrylic. Because, you know, in my head, how can you mess up a simple, like, acrylic color? So I go in, and I'm talking, and she was like, okay, pick your color. So I'm picking it in, like, 30 seconds, and she's like, do you got it? I was like, oh, no, I'm still looking. She's like, and walks off. I was like, oh. Sorry, it keeps connecting to my car. So we go sit down. She's filing my nails, and it's burning. So I didn't say anything. Just my toes are curled in my shoes, and my palms are sweating, and I'm just... We get through the filing, and I'm literally in pain, like, sweating. I'm already uncomfortable. And then she brings out this bowl for my hands to soak in. This is the worst part. My hands are in the bowl. It's really, really hot, but I was like, okay, Charlie, quit being a wuss. All is well. And then she's like, she goes to switch it. Brings another bowl. She sets it down really fast. She's like, put your hands in the bag, because there's a bag inside of the bowl. Put my hands in it. It is so hot. I literally, like, but she turned around and walked off already. And, like, she literally, my hands are in the bag. She threw a towel over it and walked off. I pull my hands out. I hear bubbling. So I was like, so I look down. I'll show a video. I literally took a video because I was like, there's no way. She put my hands in boiling water.
Well, she walks back like 2 minutes later. I like had taken the bag out and like let it cool off a minute and then put my hands back in it, like the acetone. And she was like, "Why are your hands out?" It's like, it was just kind of hot. And she was like, "No, put your hands back." And she grabs the bag, puts it in the bowl, like grabs my hand and puts it in it. And I was like, I was like, "I'm sorry, it's bubbling, like it's boiling." And she was like, "It won't get it off if it's not hot." And I go, "I would just want a removal, please." I said, "Can you just take this off and I'm gonna go. I'm so sorry." And she was like, "Yeah." She kept making like little comments at me the whole time. She was just like, "You shouldn't get acrylic. That's so bad for your nails. That's why your nails are so unhealthy." No, I'm not even mad. That just made me so uncomfortable and like I'm literally shaking. Like I don't know why. The people pleaser in me wanted to be like, "Did I do something wrong?" But that was just such a gnarly experience. I had to share. So, here's my nails. I'm about to reward myself with Dunkin' after that experience.
Mad crooked. It's not bad overall. It's fine. Like, this is pissing me off.
You know what's funny? A bunch of you guys were saying that I should have done a nail trial, but y'all, I did so many nail trials. If you scroll back, you're gonna see so many different nail trials that I've done. So there's a nail salon around my house, and I had this guy, y'all. I even had a tech, and he was ready. We were trying different shapes, almond shape, and we were ready to go. I'm telling you, it's just something about wedding planning that makes you delirious. I gave myself just one day to do everything, manicure, pedicure, my hair, and even with after that, the whole debacle, I didn't even get time to do my feet, y'all. I was just exhausted, and I definitely should have planned better, but anyway, I went to the guy, the nail tech guy that's by my house, and he was like, "Girl, what is that? That looks so bad. Like, they didn't even shape it properly," but he said since it's UV nails, I can keep it on for like another 2 weeks. He'll file them down and, you know, make them super flat. And since they're already square, we'll just keep the square shape. And he said, "Come back in 2 weeks and then we're going to do a whole new set. And we're going to have a do-over because that was unacceptable." So, yeah, I'm definitely going to stick to what I know. And that was my bad. Yeah, wedding planning is crazy stressful.
Alrighty guys, this is going to be a story time when a client was banned from booking with me. I was about 18 and I had been doing nails for about a year now, and I was actually still living with my parents, so I was working from home. This was my first time booking this client, and she actually booked through Instagram. When she got here, she got off the passenger side, and then the driver ended up getting off with her. When she gets to the door, she asked me if her boyfriend could come in as well. Mind you, I don't allow guests, and I had let her know beforehand. I proceed to tell her, "I'm sorry, but there's not enough room, and I don't allow guests." He then gave me the ugliest look and said, "Okay, I'm gonna wait for you out here." He goes back to his truck, and she walks in with me. So 30 minutes have passed, and I'm still on application. Then he starts honking outside and blowing up her phone. She answers him and says, "I'm still doing my nails." And all I could hear is, "Hurry up, hurry up." My mom knocked on the door and said, "Hey, there's somebody honking outside like crazy." She's talking to him on the phone, and I'm still doing her nails as fast as I can. He gets off and starts knocking on my door and asking to see her. My mom walks him into her room and says she's getting her nails done still. He says, "How long is she gonna take?" I told him I just had started 30 minutes ago. He sits down in the back of the room and just staring at us. So now it's me, my mom, him, and my client in the room. We're all just so uncomfortable and it's super awkward in there. Like 15 to 20 minutes later, he says, "Are you almost done?" And I had just finished filing. No design or anything. It was literally just a nude color. Mind you, my client isn't saying anything at all. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you the rest in part 2.
All right, story time of how I just started crying in a nail salon. Figured I might as well tell you guys the story while the emotions are running hot. So let's go. I basically had a panic attack. It was so horrible. You know how none of us girlies ever want to tell the nail tech that we don't like our nails or that one of them is messed up? This is why. I'm really bad at telling stories, so I need to figure out how to articulate myself well. So I had an appointment at 2:30, but the weird thing was, within the first 45 minutes of being there, 3 different nail techs were working on my nails. The first one just removed the polish, the next one was cutting them down, the next one was buffing them and filling them. It was so out of control. And the last girl that was working on my nails, she was on the phone and standing and doing my nails, and she was filing so hard because you could tell she was annoyed for some reason. And she was doing it so hard, they started to hurt. And she wasn't really paying attention to how short she was getting them. Her pressure was insane. She was just trying to shape them. And then when she gets off the phone, she's like, are these good? And I'm just like, hey, why are these two so short? There was no nail left. They were all the way to my natural nail. And she gets so mad. I need to make sure I don't start crying. So basically she's like, oh my goodness, it's not my fault. This other girl, she cut them too short. She should have left more length for me, all this kind of stuff. And in my head, I'm like, no, you just weren't paying attention to how short you made them because you were on the phone and you were standing doing it. I was very tempted to start filming. I honestly wish I would have. And then this huge fight breaks out. There's 6 people yelling at each other. I obviously can't understand their language. They're just going nuts. They made me so uncomfortable. She literally was just yelling at everybody. She wasn't yelling at me directly, but everybody, all the nail techs started walking by, giving weird looks. And I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong, but I was my eyes started getting really teary-eyed and I started getting really, really hot and getting panicky. I felt like I was going to lose it. I'm going to try not to cry. Oh my goodness. That was so bad. I'm like, they made me feel so shitty just for asking why these two were so short. If there was no nail left, it would have looked weird. And not that they said it was my fault, but to put me in that position to feel that uncomfortable and that much screaming and yelling. Everybody in the nail salon was uncomfortable. The girls were there was other girls that were you guys are the ones that messed up. Other people were trying to take my side, but it was just so out of control, guys. And basically I was just you know what, I have somewhere to be. I have to go pick up my dogs. I just made something up because I had to get out of there.
You're telling me that when you go to the nail salon and they mess up your nails, you don't speak up for yourself? No, girl, I don't. And I learned the hard way. Listen, in a rush, I needed to get my nails done. I found a salon, reviews were good. I was like, all right, let me just do a little walk-in. I had the most easiest, basic design that I'm like, there's no way anyone could really mess this up. Simple, clean girl. Bro, judge me. Judge me, I paid for these. Judge me. I even left with open wounds, bro. Open wounds. And I really tried to gaslight myself into thinking they didn't look that bad until I sent it to my bestie and that was her response. When she said, oh my God, Alexia, that's really bad. I knew. And am I still walking around with these jelly bean fingers? Yes. Babe, I got a vacation tomorrow. We just gonna have to go.
I was just traumatized in the nail shop. And I know that might be small to y'all, but let me explain what happened to me. So, first and foremost, y'all know I am a nail connoisseur. I love nails that are unbelievably long. 1,000,000 diamonds, 1,000,000 stones, design, spiral nail, it don't matter, that's me. Today I decided that I was going to give my nails a break. I was going to soak my nails off because I kept bumping into shit and they kept breaking or lifting. So I was going to do a soak off and I was going to do an overlay because my nails have grown rather long. So the overlay was going to not be as long as I usually wear my nails, but longer than super short. So my nail tech is not available, but my nails were kind of hurting. So I said, let me come to a local nail shop. Came to a local nail shop, right? Had the lady soaking off my nails, explained to her, hey, I don't know if I just want to get gel polish or if I want to get an overlay. I'm not sure. So as we doing that, as we soaking off, it takes 2 or 3 times. You got to dip it in the acetone, I guess, whatever it is to get the acrylic off. The third time, each time they shave it down. The third time she's shaving it down, I'm not paying attention. And she takes the fingernail clippers and clips my nail. I said, wait, no, I want to keep the length. So now one hand has nails longer than the second hand because she clipped the first hand. So she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I will add acrylic. If we get overlay, I'm going to add acrylic because I don't want no tips. I'm going to add acrylic just to make it meet the length of the other hand. That's fine. Cool. I ain't tripping. So here it is. Now we're putting acrylic on it for the overlay. For the overlay, she makes one hand meet the other hand. And then y'all know the part where they flip your nail upside down and start drilling? She drilled the nails that are mine off. The whole purpose of me having shorter nails was to wear the length of my nails. Bitch, the nail is gone. She drilled it off. There's no more nail under there. After I said it got acrylic on it. And look at these nails look like the Smurfs. They look like the Smurfs, like the hats of the Smurf. And it don't, see, this video ain't doing it no justice. It's uneven, lopsided. What am I supposed to do with this? What shape is this? What fuck shape is this? And don't come telling me about you should have stopped it. She said she was gonna fix it and shape it at the end.
Look at this.
The time I got into a fight with a client and I lost. Actual physical altercation. All over a dog. And the lady was 50 years old. So, story time on that. So I had a client, 9 a.m. came, she had an appointment. She came to get her nails done. I'm doing her appointment. I'm an at-home nail tech. I'm doing her nails and then I get someone banging on the front door. So I go to open the front door and I'm like, hey, it's my neighbor. And my neighbor's like, Angela, like the lady that came inside of your house, she has a dog in the car and it's really hot outside. The dog is going to overheat. So I'm like, are you serious? I go upstairs and I'm going to name this client Miss Renda. And I was like, Miss Renda, you have a dog in the car? And she's just like, oh yes, I have the dog in the car because he's messing up my hardwood floor. And after I get my nails done, I'm taking him to go get his nails clipped down and he's going to get groomed. I said, oh, well, Miss Renda, you can't leave the dog in the car. It's going to overheat. You have to take the dog out of the car. So me being the pushover that I am, she goes, well, what room can I put him in? Okay, he's going to come in here and mess up my hardwood floor. No, he can't come in here. So I have a leash. I can give you a leash. You can kind of like tie him up or whatever. And give him some water and that kind of thing. So she goes and she ties him up in my backyard. And while she's tying him up, I just go back upstairs to my appointment, like my room. And then she comes upstairs. Now, I don't know where she ties him up at. I just know that I gave her the leash. She went out back and she tied the dog up and she gave the dog a water bowl. That's all I know. I went back upstairs. She's getting her nails done. Now she's back upstairs. She's getting her nails done and she's on the phone. And one thing I've realized about Miss Renda is that she may be a drug dealer or she does something illegal. But I don't ask any questions because come get your nails done and that's all I want to do. That's it. So she's like arguing with her mom on the phone, like, no, like the way my dad parked the car this morning, it seemed like he trying to set me up. And I'm like, what the heck is this girl talking about? But she's screaming. I work from home. My kids are in the house sleeping. It's still early in the morning. It's summertime. So I'm like, can you keep your voice down, Miss Renda? And she was just and was like, Mom, I gotta go. And she hangs up on her mom. So I just stay quiet and I continue to do her nails and stuff like that. I did iterate to her like my kids are upstairs sleeping. So she hangs up on her mom and I'm still doing her nails and everything like that. And then she goes, do you mind if I go check on my dog? And in my head, I'm like, oh, you want to go check on your dog now? You wasn't checking on your dog when your dog was inside of the car dying. Okay. But yeah, go ahead, go check on your dog. So she goes downstairs. She goes to check on her dog. I don't know what had transpired. At that moment, I did not know what was going on. She comes up the stairs and she's flipping out. She's cursing. She's screaming. She's be this, be that, just going off. And as she's coming up the stairs, I get so nervous because she's yelling at me. I didn't know what else to do because she invaded like my personal space. I felt as if I had to hit her. Not that I would have wanted to, because when I tell you I know that Miss Renda lives a different life than me, I did not want to sit there and fight this lady. So I swang on her and I hit her. I think that was probably the worst mistake I ever made. Because next thing I know, we're fighting for so long. I don't know if I even got any punches in because I was just being dragged all through my room. I had acrylics on the walls. They were all gone. My back was hurting so bad. And there was nobody there to break the fight up. And I was trying to fight her like it was there was an invader in my house and I had to kill them because I knew my kids were there and I was losing. So it was very scary for me. At one point we stopped and was like breathing, and she was still trying to attack me. And I'm like, I don't even want to do this anymore. You know what I mean? Like, my back hurts. Like, she hit me in the face a couple times. It was like a lot. I hear someone banging on the downstairs while we're like still like staring at each other, and she's still trying to talk to me and stuff like that. And what confused me was how we stopped what we were doing and both went down the stairs amicably. We go down the stairs. I open the door. This is during COVID time. I say to the police officer, how can I help you? He was like, oh, mind you, she came up the stairs because her dog was gone and she was pissed off. I forgot to put that in there. Her dog was gone. So being that her dog was gone, it was like she was mad. When I open a door and I'm talking to the police officer, I look across the street and I can see my neighbor with the dog in his hands. He had the freaking dog. Mind you, that means I just got beat up upstairs because my neighbor wanted to go into my yard and grab a damn dog. I tell the officer, I'm sorry, she just came in for a second. She drug dealer, she don't be snitching on nobody. She was like, oh, I'm sorry, I was just visiting my friend. She said she had COVID. I just came and dropped off a little bit of medicine. I gave her a little test, blah, 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 blah. She still got arrested. You know why she got arrested? You can't leave a dog inside of a car, but then you also can't leave a dog on like asphalt, like hard, like hot asphalt. So, and then when they looked up her name, I think she had a warrant for her arrest. I really didn't get into that because he kind of went off with her, but she got arrested. Mind you, she left her purse. She left the dog. My neighbor had the dog. And I never really understood like how or why I hit her. I did not mean to hit her. And believe me, I didn't want to fight her at all. But she hits me up like 3 days later. And she's like, hey, I respect how you held yours. I understand like what happened, but I really need my nails finished. Ma'am, you just dragged me in my whole entire nail room. Like my nail room is ruined. My back hurts. My face is bruised. I have scratches all over my neck. No. And then I was just like, I'm sorry, you can't come back. I do have your purse. What is your address so I can send you your purse? She was like, oh, what are you trying to set me up? Blah, blah, blah. So needless to say, at the time, I had to have Edward go and drop off the purse to her at a Wawa because I wasn't going to meet up with her. I was petrified. But like, I don't know how that transpired. I don't know how it got there. What I will say is just like doing nails, I never expected me to get into an altercation like that. But it humbled me really quick and just showed me that I really do pick and choose my battles, but this one was uncontrollable. And ever since then, I've been on a road to recovery when reacting, because that was the longest fight of my life. That was the most painful fight of my life. And more importantly, it was the scariest fight of my life. I don't know why I thought I was going to die. So yeah, just figured I'd share my story time with y'all.
So let me tell you about the worst nail experience ever. I get to my appointment on time for this girl to tell me that she's out of black gel nail polish and we gotta go to the supply store. She literally drags me to the supply store. Finally, we get back to the shop, and before starting my nails, she decides to eat. This girl started eating. Finally started my nails. Now I knew what I wanted. I told her I wanted these short chrome French tips. She's gonna tell me that she doesn't do short nails, only medium and extra large, and the design I want is too basic. She's not doing that. Wait, what? So she basically strong arms me into doing what she wants to do at this point. Ends up giving me these long ass nails, mad long. Like, what is this? Anyway, now at this point, I'm like, whatever, just continue. She starts cutting off my cuticle skin, cuts off mad skin, talking about something. I have to make space to show the nail. Like, girl, shut up. Just hurry up. Meanwhile, it's freezing in the store. Like, you could see the ice on this brush. Like, why is your brush frozen, girl? Like, why? She finally starts laying the acrylic. And, y'all, why the light literally shut out in the middle of this shit? The whole shop, light gone. We had to use this iPhone light. That wasn't doing shit. We end up going next door because we literally could not drill, couldn't file, no nothing. Ends up packing up what we needed. Went next door. There was a salon next door or whatever. So we went next door to finish the nails up. We get over there and she got us using this little wooden table,
mad uncomfortable. At this point, I'm aggy and I'm just ready to go, like ready to go. So I'm like, do you know what you're doing? Like, you still didn't tell me what design. She's gonna look at me and tell me that she's just gonna freestyle. Meanwhile, she's running back and forth between the hair salon and the shop to get nail supplies. She comes back, she starts hand drawing this friendship. So I'm like, all right, this might turn out cute or whatever. Like, cool. The work was neat. I give her that. She took her time. So I'm like, all right, let's see how this turns out. Homegirl starts drawing blue stripes on my nails. Where's this going? At this point, I'm just fed up. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Like, just do whatever you want to do. Like, just get me out of here. Like, she starts doodling. I'm talking like drawing hearts, fucking XOXOs, just doing mad extra shit. Taking her sweet time, paying attention to detail. Like, at this point, I'm just like, yo, I look up, she's drawing stick figures, bro. Like, she's drawing stick figures on my nails. I don't know who that lady is, because that bob is mad stiff. That girl is not me. Like, who are you drawing? Anyway, nails turned out mad fire. It's like a composition notebook or whatever. Like, but this shit was dope. And I left without paying her because it's my best friend. And y'all should book her because her work is mad nice. All right, bye.
So this one time I went to the nail salon and I had the creepiest experience ever. The same place that I do like every month. And I walk in and my lady's like, oh, just, you know, take a seat next to this guy. Because this guy was getting his like nails like cut and like, I don't know, he's getting a manicure. I'm not one to judge. So this guy's sitting down and I sit next to him because my lady says to sit down next to him. I'm like, okay. So this guy and I start talking and he's like 40 maybe, like 35 or something. I don't know. We're just talking about like what he does for work and like where he went to school and like all this like random stuff. But again, it's like a normal conversation. Keep talking and then I kind of like stop responding really. Like I'm like kind of done with the conversation. So anyways, flash forward 10 minutes. His nails are done. Like he just got like a clear coat or whatever, but he's done, right? And the lady's like, okay, you guys can switch seats now. So I switch into the seat where the lady's gonna do my nails and he goes to wash his hands. Right, washes his hands and then he comes back and just sits right down next to me. Just pops right in the chair that I was just in. So I'm sitting down and the lady's doing my nails. I'm not talking to this guy. Like at this point, I'm like kind of weirded out. So like we are not talking. Like there's no conversation going on. He's just sitting next to me kind of on his phone. And I'm like, okay, this is really weird. Guys, 30 minutes go by. Maybe even like 45 minutes. He's still there. He's still sitting next to me on his phone. He starts taking business calls. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So as the lady like gets done with my nails, I'm like, I cannot leave this building before this man leaves the building because like he's gonna follow me to my car or something. Like he's waiting for me to be done. So I was like, all right, I need to like say something, do something. Taylor, step up. Oh, I turn to him and I go, do you like taking business calls at nail salons? Like, is that something you do for fun or like, why are you still here? And he like looked really like kind of surprised that I said something. He was like, I'm just waiting to pay. And the nail lady was like, oh no, like come, you can pay right now. So he goes, he pays, and he leaves. And I'm like, that was really like odd. Once he leaves, all these women in the nail salon turn and look at me and they're like, wait, we thought that was your dad. Like, you don't know him? And I'm like, no. And like, maybe he was just like a nice random guy, but like, I was so scared. I was like, I'm gonna be on the next episode of Dateline. And that's it.
Why I don't accept clients under the age of 16. So there's been a few bad experiences that I've had, but for now I'm just gonna tell one story. So I had 2 new clients book me. I believe that they were like 15 years old, maybe 14. They booked the same time so they can come together back to back. For starters, they were about 30 minutes late because their school was on lockdown, which I know is out of their control, but if they weren't in high school, we wouldn't have that problem. I told them that it was fine because they were coming together, so I had the extra time. They get to the appointment and one of the girls' dad walks them to the door because he wants to meet me, which is totally understandable because I was working from home. The dad asked me how long it's gonna take. I let him know it's going to be about 2 to 3 hours for the both of them to be finished. He says, absolutely not, that's way too long. Why is it going to take 3 hours for them to just get their nails done? They were both getting full sets of acrylic with French and rhinestones and everything you can imagine. And I was still pretty new at doing nails, so I wasn't as fast as I am now. I explained to him that it's going to take at least an hour, hour and a half for each of them. He says it's fine and they come and sit for their appointment. Now, although he said it was okay, throughout the appointment he was texting his daughter asking how much longer, it's been an hour, da 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 da. So every couple of minutes the girl was asking me when I'm going to be done. I felt extremely rushed and it was stressing me out. And on top of that, because they came together, they were fighting over the phone. I don't even remember what they were fighting about, but they were literally fighting. Saying, give me my phone back, oh my god, stop. And the one girl, when she was getting her nails done, was constantly moving, which made it impossible for me to do her nails. And no matter how many times I told her that she had to sit still, they continued to fight over the phone. This was extremely annoying because I was already stressed out trying to finish in time without her not sitting still, and then her constantly moving and me having to redo her design did not help. But I eventually was able to finish the first girl and I moved on to the second set. 30 minutes into the second girl set, the dad shows up and the girl lets me know that the dad is outside and asks again how long it's going to be. I let her know it's going to be at least another hour. The girl's dad is calling and calling nonstop. Eventually, I finished the set and it comes time for them to pay. I had given them prices prior to their appointment, so they should have known how much cash to bring. But the girl tells me that her dad only gave her $40. And the other girl also only had $40 on her. I told the girl to maybe ask her dad if he has the other cash in the car with him, but he didn't. So I just accepted the $40 because I wanted it to be over. After this, I stopped accepting clients under the age of 16 unless they were a family or friend.
This is the reality of the damage that can be done to your nails if you continue going to nail salons that are not credible. This is a client that's been coming to me consistently for 2 years, no breaks, acrylic nails, structured manicures, all of it. No dents, indents, nothing on her nails. Nails are a lot more than cute nail art. Make sure your nail tech is putting your nail health as the #1 priority overall. And if nobody's told you, I'm going to tell you now, your nail retention will be better if your natural nails are healthy.
One of the cons of going to the same service provider consistently is they get a little comfortable. Like, I'm not one of your little friends. I pay you. At the end of the day, we talk. This is cool. I like you. Good company. But I pay you, right? I've been going to the same nail lady since like September or August. And she kind of left me for dead like in January. But I let it go. Today, it's 9:41. I'm outside her place for my appointment for 9:30. She just texted me back saying, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't make the appointment. I told you, hey, I'll see you at 9:30. You liked the message. Is that not confirmation? Now, I got my nails like this. I got to put some press-ons. Like, I don't know. I'm just really blown right now because she really eats down and it's a good price. It's $60 every time. So it's like I need to stay with you, but you moving too comfortable.
Okay, y'all, come along with me on my worst nail experience ever. This is Top Nails, located in East Point, Michigan. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. I haven't had my nails done in a long time. I've been a press-on girlies for a couple months now because I'm trying to save money, you know, blah, blah, blah. But me and my mom was like, okay, we can have a little girls' day and whatever. So we went here. My best friend go here. And I could do how that man jumped on that judge, that's how I could do my best friend right now. Because 0 out of 10, I was trusting the process, but the process has failed me. Look at my pinky in the next clip. Why was he trying to match? Like, why is it that long? Was you trying to match it with my other nails? You trying to catch it up? It's long. Like, what? Then when I told him my nails crooked, he still messed it up. So this me looking at my mom, I'm like, girl, I'm so ready to go. I'm irritated and I'm hungry. But this lady massage gave him 1 point, but never again.
Okay, not to be dramatic, but these are the worst nails I've ever had in my life. I got these 6 days ago and they're already all doing this. It's even got a hair stuck in it. I've lost 3 And on top of it, when I got them done, they did dip and then put gel on top of it because the black powder got all where the white is. And then now they're completely uneven. Do you see how bad these are? Now I look crusty in Dubai.